All right. Hopefully it's not too dark in here. Put my pillow right side up. Hello, everybody who is going to be watching the playback of this. Hopefully my audio is okay. Doing a little bit of a low-key spooky vibes because it's October. Adam is not here. He is busy and just didn't have the energy to get his stuff done and help us help MC for us tonight. So we're alone. I'm just gonna start to draw whatever I fancy, and then hopefully people will join in and chat. Oh, Nico is here. Hello, Nico. You're the only one here, so you can tell me what to do. Slow-key spooky vibes tonight. Hey, there's some more people. Adam is not here with us tonight. For some reason, you're appearing in the chat, but it's not telling me that anybody... Oh, it has updated. Now it says there's 2 people in here. I think there might be 3. 3 people have talked, so it's very slow to catch up on how many people are here. But we don't have Adam tonight. He is off doing other things, so you just have me... And I will not be able to keep up with the chat nearly as well as he does. So I apologize in advance. Hang on just a minute. I've got my earbud in. I need to turn that off. All right. Anyway, so tonight is a low-key, vague, spooky vibes, but keeping it pretty, uncomplicated, not complex, let's say, because the more I have to go look at references, the less I will be able to stay here with you guys and keep up with the chat. But I'm going to just kind of, I had an idea for what to draw, and now I forgot what it is. I'll just start drawing and see what happens. Sometimes you just have to do that. Sometimes I'm a pantser when it comes to drawing as well. But I'll let you guys chat about what you should like me to draw next. And I'll see when I get back with the chat. That's why Adam is important. He keeps up with the chat while I do my sketchies. Also, he makes it interesting so there's not quite so many long silences. Long silences. I'm assuming everybody here's favorite holiday is Halloween because that is everybody's favorite holiday. Not actually my favorite holiday because I'm weird. We lived way out in the country. We never got to go trick-or-treating. Not one single time. My parents sure as heck were going to drive it. We're not going to drive us into town for that. No, absolutely not. We didn't even have one of those churches that did church trick-or-treating inside the church or anything to keep all the good Christian children out of trouble. Nope. And we were homeschooled, so we didn't have a school to do it. Very neglected as children, really. But as a result, Halloween was not my favorite holiday. We have at least one person. Yes, spooky time is best. Ankylosaurus Ghost Hunter. How do Ankylosaurus, I'm on board with the dinosaur vibes because I'm still obsessed with playing that cute dinosaur game. It is still my obsession. You give me animal husbandry and cute dinosaurs, and I am there all the way. But I don't know what items would this dinosaur have to make it a ghost hunter? That's what I need to know. Yes, Paleo Pines. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It fills my heart with joy. The only thing I'm mad about is I found out that it's really hard to get more of those like dream crystals that you need for the dinosaur pens. And I want to collect all the dinosaurs. I need one in every color. So I have had to slow down my dinosaur collecting significantly, and that upsets me. I'm going to need all of the dinosaurs, you see. I don't really care about the rest of it. Collecting the dinosaurs. F in the chat for Julian's lack of Halloween. Yeah. I probably would be a Halloween girly if I had gotten a proper Halloween growing up, but it was never a big deal for my family. By the way, I believe I have, 6 cards to draw tonight. So I will need 6 ideas. And if for some reason this is your first time at one of these postcard drawing streams, I take suggestions, but also I draw what intrigues me. So, like, not always going to take your suggestions. I've thought about getting a P.O. box because I don't want to give random people on the internet my actual address. Not that I think anybody's going to actually come here, because I live in the middle of nowhere, and to come here would be a gigantic pain in anyone's ass. But they could mail me stuff that I don't like to my own home, and I don't appreciate that. So I am just not. But P.O. boxes are fucking expensive. So I'm not going to get one until I get big and famous, you know. Nico and I should go trick-or-treating. We should go trick-or-treating, Nico. You can take me trick-or-treating. Just catching up with the chat. Sorry if I look like I'm like staring at you spookily. Huge, cute hedgehog as Dracula. That's a possibility. We could do that. Cute. Maybe I should write that down. Ankylosaurus. Ghost hunter. If you can tell me what the ghost hunter should have, what items make it a ghost hunter, and also, hedgy Dracula. Hedgy Dracula. Those vibes are pretty on point. Hello, unraveled anarchy. Not overflowing with ideas this time, because spooky is my time. Spooky is many people's times. Everybody's favorite holiday, except mine. I feel bad that I can't enjoy it quite as much as everybody else. All right, my little thing is coming together here. Just adding a few more finishing touches, making a few decisions, editing a few things, because we know when we pants, we must edit. All right, poll in my little chat. 7 people, that's pretty good. Poll for y'all, who's doing NaNoWriMo next month? If you don't know what NaNoWriMo is, it is National Novel Writing Month, where you're supposed to write a novel over the space of a month. I don't remember how many words. I did it once. All right, getting there with this one. Alrighty. Maybe one more. When I start drawing little creatures, I always want to add one more. Spoilers, there's little critters on this one. There we go. There. Here's just one card with the cute little miceys who made themselves a jack-o'-lantern. Maybe they're rats, maybe they're mice. I don't know. All right, let me see what the chat's up to. What are you up to, chat? What are you up to? Do. Firelight wants to go trick-or-treating as well. A firefly and a jack-o'-lantern could potentially do that. Not exactly sure how I would express it, but people talking about NaNoWriMo. It could force you back into the habit. Maybe. I know a lot of people who use NaNoWriMo, they only write during NaNoWriMo, and then they never write the rest of the year, which baffles me. But I mean, I guess it's better than never writing at all. But yeah, a NaNoWriMo didn't work for me. Every year I want to, and it doesn't fit at all. Probably will do July. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how smart it is to put NaNoWriMo in like a really busy like months, either with holidays if you're in the United States, or preparing for holidays if you're not in the US. Like there's a lot of stuff going on around November. All right, let's see. Let's do the Hedgie Dracula, because I still don't know what items to give the Ankylosaurus to make him a ghost hunter per se. Yes, the miceys. Rats are best pets. I love rats. What are we? Question down there from John. Which moment that you regret while you were writing? Is that for me? Is that for somebody in the chat? I am struggling to keep up with the chat. So let me know if that was for me. And exactly, I'm not quite sure what it means. All right. Dracula Hedgie. Let's go, Dracula Hedgie. I'm going to be looking away from the chat again. So if you need my attention, I don't know. Hedgehogs are so cute. A friend of mine had one as a pet, but like that thing was always at the vet. That little shit was constantly sick and gave my friend no end of stress. They're not pets for the faint of heart. Like apparently they are real fragile. But I love rats. I would keep rats still. If they have such short little lives. They only live about 3 years, sometimes just 2 years. And it's like, it's too sad. They're the most adorable, precious little souls, and they're around for too short of a time, and I can't handle it. I simply cannot. I had 3 boy rats that were Athos, Porthos, and Aramis. They knew their names. I would have them out in the room to play with me while I did like editing and stuff. And when I would call them back, I could call them by their names and they would each come. They were so cute. But of course, it was super sad when they got old and started dying, because then you were breaking up the musketeers, and it was just, heart can't take it. My heart can't take it. They're too cute. All right, let's go. Hedgie Dracula. Make some quills sticking out of the cape here. Sorry I don't talk as much when I'm drawing. This is where Adam comes in to fill the silence, but he is, alas, not here tonight. He has left us. He has abandoned us. We are bereft. Without Adam, what are we? But I did want to like start not being so freaking behind with these postcards. The last 2 months I have been so behind. It's bad. So I gotta catch up, even if Adam cannot be here. I've been basically playing like nonstop classical music because the dog had a pretty severe ear infection and it was stressing her out and making her really anxious. And classical music, studies show that dogs find classical music calming. So I've just been playing nonstop classical music for the dog. So now I have classical music stuck in my head. I don't even like classical music. All right, my Dracula Hedgie is pretty simple, but pretty simple is okay. There he is. There he is. Behold him. He is cute. He has fangs. All right, that's 2. Let's see. Let's catch up with the chat, shall we? Let's see if I can figure out what people are saying. This is why I need Adam to be so much better at this. All right, rats are bets pets. Okay, we haven't got too much chat. T-Rex ghosty could do. Get my dinosaur fix. Catch him with a ghost net. Oh, for the Ankylosaurus, catch a T-Rex ghosty. Oh my god, I silenced my other chats and then other people are fucking chatting. Nico, tell everybody in that thread to shut up. Is Nico still here? I don't even know. Owl playing the guitar could do that. Classical music is my baseline. You and my dog can rock out to classical music together. Make sure I'm caught up with the chat. All right, so Owl with a guitar. All right. Somebody asked what my inspiration for my characters are. It comes from all over the place. All of my characters, well, I guess I shouldn't say all, but most of my characters, at least the main ones, have elements of myself in them. So I seep into most of my characters. Some of them are more like me than others. But like both Maeve and Valentine in Adventurer Mage are parts of me and parts of my husband respectively, and there are bits of me and bits of him in both characters, so it's never one-to-one. I'm not one of those people who's like, I'm gonna write you into my book if you're not careful. I don't do that because then it wouldn't feel original. All right, I'm gonna try to draw an Ankylosaurus from memory, so pray for me. Because I don't want to go look at. He's going to be kind of a cute Ankylosaurus. One thing I do try to do with my characters, though, is have them look relatively normal. You're probably not going to catch me with special girl hair for any of my characters. Nope. Also, some of my lead characters have short hair. I know. Maeve. She doesn't start out with short hair, but she cuts her hair partway through the story. And she has short hair, like short, like a boy's cut through the rest of the books in the series. I wouldn't even mind if special girl hair was like sometimes in stories, but it is in so many like of the very popular but not very deep fantasy books that we've been reading lately. And by we, I mean me reading to you for read-alongs. I hope everybody is already caught up on the first episode of the latest read-along, Fourth Wing. People claiming that that book changed their lives. I have a feeling it will not do the same for me. I say as though I haven't already read it, but I don't want to spoil anything for you. Drawing a dinosaur from memory, because I can't be arsed to look it up. Lazy, 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 lazy. He's going to be holding a cross. Because you never know when you need one of those for hunting ghosts. Has anybody ever been haunted? I have not, and like I've told this to people, I think that I've come to the conclusion that I am spiritually uninteresting. Because I do believe in ghosts, and I believe that the dead, personally, my personal belief system, not that I expect anyone else to believe this, my personal belief system is that the place where the dead go, where dead souls go, is not very far removed from where we are. And so there's a lot of crossover. So I totally believe in like ghosts and that sort of thing. But I have not really ever been haunted. Everyone I know has these horror stories of like the spooky thing that they saw when they were a kid. And like, I don't have anything. And I have come to the conclusion that ghosts find me boring. I am the ghost equivalent of a gray rock. Like, they see me and they're like, nah, and they carry on, which is good because I've never been negatively haunted, but I've also never been positively haunted. Like, I could probably go to a haunted house and sleep comfortably through the night. Nothing would bother me because I just think I'm really boring. I don't know why. I just think I'm really boring. I'm sorry. I need to finish drawing this dinosaur so I can go back to looking at the chat and find out who all has been haunted. Because I feel like everybody has. Like, I have so many friends who have these stories of when they were kids and were haunted by things. And like very, convincing hauntings. But not me. Not little old me. I do have, in Paleopines, I have 2 Ankylosaurus because why have one when you could have 2? Because if I ever see a dinosaur in a rare color, I have to get it. Like, I got my first one. His name is Sunny, and he's just yellow, which is one of the more common colors. But then, like, later, I see one of the rare colors. I'm like, well, now I have to get a second one. And I'm not going to get rid of Sunny. We've bonded. We're best friends. So, like, now I just have 2 Ankylosaurs in my dinosaur ranch. I don't know why, but the thought of getting rid of like any of my pixelated dinosaurs just fills me with sadness. I could never do it. All right, this Ankylosaurus is turning out okay, I feel like, but downside, there's not really room for the T-Rex ghost. So I have to figure out what this Ankylosaurus, ghost hunting Ankylosaurus, is holding in his other hand, paw, claw, whatever, to make him a ghost hunter, and then I'll probably be done. He looks like a badass. He's like, yeah. What should he be holding in his other paw? It's going to be one of them ghost dial reader thingies. Forget what they're called. It's not a very good drawing of one, but he has one. All right. There he is. He ain't afraid of no ghosts. Look at him. He's ready. Any moment. Ready to take out a ghost. All right, let's catch up with the chat again. Sorry that I can't keep up with both. I'm not so multi-talented. Question about whether writing your novels, were there any mistakes? Of course there were mistakes. We all make mistakes in writing our novels. Nobody will ever turn out a perfect novel ever. And if they claim that they have, they're just full of themselves. Like even the novels that people would consider to be perfect are not perfect to somebody. So yeah, and I mean, there are obvious mistakes that we make. I'm a word repeater. I'll be the first to admit it. My brain latches onto a word and I use it over and over again. And I know this about myself, so I try to catch it in self-editing, but betas help me catch it too. Like there's all kinds of just like bad habits, quote unquote, just writer habits that we have, and we just need to identify them in ourselves and like get better at noticing them or at asking like betas to notice them for us because we don't notice them. There's just all sorts of things. Ankylosaurus, yes. Yep, KJ's been haunted. The ghosts are bored with, they just go right by. They don't even try. Love ghost stuff, but honestly, my beliefs have shriveled in recent years. Would I make a horror novel? I've written some horror. I have some horror short stories on Wattpad if you want to go read them for free. My favorite, although it is flawed, haven't really done much editing on it. I really am proud of the one called Deer Eyes. Go read that one. There's another one called The Lantern, which is a little bit simpler of a short story, but I've got some horror short stories on there. And if you like zombies, I've got some zombie stuff on there. I keep mentioning The Gun Horse. Nobody reads it, but I like it. Zombie stuff. Did the Night and Its Moon prevent you from reading and watching the Witcher series? I mean, I had already watched the Witcher series, and I have no interest in reading the books. They just don't seem like they're going to be my thing, honestly. So, yeah. But I've watched the series. I enjoyed seasons 1 and 2. Season 3 was a little bit messy, and I tried to play the video games and got bored like right away. So, All right, so I need 3 more. I still have Owl playing a guitar, but I need more suggestions, everybody. Oh, we still have the Ghost T-Rex, I suppose, so we could keep with the dinosaur theme. I don't know if you can do a Kelpie kitty, because isn't a Kelpie sort of by its nature a horse? I don't know. Vampire turkey. For Canada or Thanksgiving. Vampire turkey. I'd have to look at a reference for a turkey. I might have to look at a reference for an owl. I might have to look at a reference for a guitar. Sad. Right. Owls are basically just circles, right? Everything's just circles, really, in the end. Even squares. Circles. Circles in disguise. How do I want to do this owl's eyes? He needs to look more chill. There we go. It looks a little bit stoned. There we go. Stoned owl playing guitar. There we go. That's the vibe we were missing. Has anybody done any of those paintings where you buy a cheap print from Goodwill and you paint ghosts into it? That has been all over my YouTube Shorts feed. And some of them are okay. I like it better when the painter tries to mimic the original style of the painting, which I understand not everybody has the skill to do, but owl with a guitar. What do guitars look like? Guitars are also circles, right? Circles? Also, in my family, we do not pronounce it guitar. It is guitar. That is the only correct way to pronounce it. Guitar. Yeah, this kind of looks like a guitar. I might have to look at references because I legitimately... Stoned owl with a guitar. Stoned owl with some sort of object. Hang on. I'm going to look at a reference for a guitar, so I'm looking away completely now. All right. So I'm close, right? Yeah. Just a little bit too bulgy. Just a little bit smoother of a transition from one circle to the other circle. There we go. And then we got another circle for the hole that your guitar pick falls into. That's important. These strings are not straight lines. That's fine. I'll make them straighter when I ink it. Hello, Nigel. Nigel is here, but he's not on screen. Nope, he might come on screen. Let me go back to my stream. Nigel, are you going to try to mess with my sound again this stream? You can't, because I'm not using the special speaker this time, because it is Adam's speaker. Owl, stoned owl, plays the guitar in his spare time. He looks real thrilled. Whichever patron gets this card is going to be like, Julian, why? Why are you like this? Why, Julian? Why is the owl stoned? Listen, he wanted to be, okay? I don't make the rules around here. The stoned owl with the guitar makes the rules. All right, there he is. Just thriving. Guitar stoned owl. All right, that's 4. Go home, Julian. I am home. All right, let's catch up with the chat then. Looks like we haven't been doing too much talking, so that's good. Oh, Canada Thanksgiving is tomorrow on your birthday. Nice. So what do Canadians do for Thanksgiving? Do they just eat lots of food? That's what Americans do. We just eat. But that's what Americans do all the time. At least that's the stereotype. Stoned owl playing the guitar. Favorite idea, trick-or-treating megalodon with a witch hat. I'm going to have to look up the megalodon. Would you like to write main characters who has messed up tragic backstory, killed off in the end in your future novels, or is that going too far? I don't usually kill off my main characters. I firmly believe that only very, very specific books can support killing off the main character at the end. And I don't think any of my books have done that. I tend to be a happy ending girly. Like, that's not to say that tragic stuff doesn't happen to my characters, but I like a happy ending. I like them to eventually have some joy when they get there. Pretty much, Thanksgiving is pretty much the same as far as you can tell. Yeah. Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving. I'm jealous that you get to eat all that food tomorrow already, though. All right. Megalodon. Oh, just giant shark? Is that what that? Yeah. Yeah. Am I understanding that correctly? Just a giant shark with a witch hat? I don't know how you tell. It's a megalodon. Let me go back up. Yeah, megalodon. Well, I mean, giant shark with a witch hat, trick-or-treating. You can have a little trick-or-treat pumpkin. All right, I have a very important question for all of you. Do you think that it's okay for adults to go trick-or-treating for candy, or do you think that there should be an age cutoff and adults should not trick-or-treat for candy? Like, I know some adults who would go trick-or-treating for booze in the right neighborhoods, because I used to live in a college neighborhood, so there's a lot of that. My husband does tell the story of when he was younger. Some friends of his went trick-or-treating as a door, like a door, brought a whole door with them, and they would walk up to people's houses and they'd set the door down, and then when the person would open their door, they would be faced with another door, and if they knocked on that door, that Adam's friends would open it and give the person, the homeowner, candy. So, like, reverse trick-or-treating. Complicated, but fun. Hello, cat. Don't know if Firelight, you say it's weird to do it without kids. But what if I want free candy? What if I want someone to give me praise for my costume and a mini candy bar for my efforts? What if I want to walk down the street in that costume and get my free, terrible, cheap, mass-produced chocolate? Adults should not go out trick-or-treating. They should stay home and watch some scary movies. I mean, you can do that after the trick-or-treating. Yeah, like I agree. They have to keep with the whimsical spirit. I'm sure some asshole would ruin it in 10 seconds. If they were asshole kids, it's easy to deal with them, but asshole adults is harder to deal with. Man, in our neighborhood, there has been like TPing going on in people's houses. And I know it has to do with homecoming, but also I think it has to do with Halloween. And like all the houses in the nearby town are getting TP'd. And as a poor person or a previously, we're not that poor anymore. We're doing okay. But like as previously as a certified poor, I'm like, what a waste of toilet paper. That costs money. Please stop. Shark with Halloween candy pail. Anybody here love horror movies? I'm a big fan of horror movies. I think I've asked this in the past, but yes, horror movies are great. Love them. Has to be the right ones, though, because I'm really hard to scare. I like horror movies that have a lot of dread. I don't like a lot of jump scares. I like dread. All right, well, sign my name. There he is. Oh, look at him. Look at him. He's so happy. He's got his little Halloween bucket. He's gonna go trick-or-treating. Adorable. All right, I've only got one more, so let's see if we can get some real good ideas for the last one. Let's see. Old person voice, I was here for the TP shortage of 2020. It's true. Even before the shortage, though, that stuff is expensive. I was here for the one ply, we're very poor TP situation of growing up. I can buy any candy I want now and marathon horror movies. Yeah, but the candy's so expensive. If somebody could give it to me for free, and I could wear a silly see, one of my main motivations in life is being a silly little guy whenever I can. So, like, excuse to wear costumes and be silly, and also someone to hand me free chocolate. Like, that seems like a win-win-win-win-win to me. Usually I find the adults who do it to be creeps. Yeah, somebody's always got to ruin it. Like, I would love if adults could go trick-or-treating and just be happy and whimsical and enjoy it. But of course, everybody's got to ruin it because humans are garbage. That's why I draw cute little animals. Let's see. What do we got? John Carpenter's Halloween. I thought it was okay. You like to read horror, Firelight? I like to read horror under the right circumstances. Like, it's not like it's too scary for me. I'm a mood reader, and I have to be in the right mood for horror. So I have to be, like, feeling the vibes. And also, I don't like some tropes that horror leans on sometimes, especially when it comes to women. So sometimes I'm a little iffy about horror. I'm pretty sure I have seen Hush. I don't remember much about it, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I did really enjoy Talk to Me. It came out this summer. Quite liked that one. I wasn't scared, but like I enjoyed it as a movie. I thought it was a very solid movie. And I have like theories about it and everything, which I won't bother you with because probably nobody here has seen it. Happy sheep wearing a fluffy scarf, drinking hot cocoa next to a pumpkin. That might be a winner so far. We need, like, that would be maximum fall whimsy, leaning away from like the heavy quotations on horror elements, because none of the things I've drawn tonight are even remotely scary. But that would lean more into just the cozy fall vibes. Although I'm inclined to maybe make it a fox to really lean into the fallness. I love Cabin in the Woods. Definitely a fan. Babadook was overhyped for me, and then I watched it because everyone was losing their minds over Babadook, and then I watched it and I was like, huh, okay. It wasn't as scary as I had hoped. And also the child annoyed me. I don't like children in horror movies. If I see that a horror movie is going to have a child, I usually don't even bother watching, but I did give the Babadook a chance. Crow dressed as a scarecrow, that's a cute idea. Mammoth ridden by a headless caveman, good idea. Shark with a chainsaw. Red panda telling campfire tales, that's adorable. In the mouth of madness, I love when writers are the problem. All right, let me see. Still have the T-Rex ghost on the table, but I'm feeling a little bit more cozy. What about Black Cat doing something? Black cat doing something, maybe. Annabelle. Possessed dolls don't scare me. I don't know why. They just don't. I'm just like, I could punch that. I'm not afraid of it. Oh no, the tiny doll has got a knife. I know that there's always some sort of supernatural thing that makes them like really durable and scary, but I'm just like, no, not scary. I liked Babadook, but more for the psychological exploration. Yeah, I mean, and the metaphor, I think I knew that going in also what the metaphor was supposed to be. And so I was like really looking for that to be very like deep and subtle. And instead it was very, well, I wouldn't say very not deep, but it wasn't as deep as I anticipated it was. And I was like, meh. Also, Silent Hill fan. Yes, I'm a fan of Silent Hill. Earlier Silent Hill. I don't like the newer stuff. Scream movie series. I've watched some of it, but I got bored. Black cat dressed up as a witch. That's a possibility. How about like let's get a really good costume for my black cat. Let's think about. I have not seen the trick or treat movie. It's just never come up. Did anybody see what was that one that was like really, really artsy and like all of the teenagers were losing their minds over for a minute? What was it called? It had something to do with like a child's game. I want to say Oxenfree, but that's not it. What was it? It was very weird. And there were no like humans visible in it most of the time. They were just like shots of like the ceiling or the toys or things like that. What was it called? Shoot. Somebody help me remember. Somebody be my brain. Cat dressed up as a princess. Oh, for your cat? I could do that. For your cat? I'll do that for your cat. Your cat princess. That's a good name for a cat. Although female cats are called queens. So, Giorgio over there, we call her the emperor. She's the emperor. Does your cat have like a sassy personality? Like, would it be dressed as a princess but also holding a knife? Or is she like straight up just precious bean would not hurt a fly material? Like, what level of cat are we talking here? She's a brat? Okay. Good to know. Good to know. For reasons. Anybody going to any Halloween parties? Me and my two closest friends always have a little like mini Halloween party every year. We usually go to a pumpkin patch or a corn maze, and then we go home to one of our houses and we eat lots and lots of food. So we're gonna, and probably we'll watch a scary movie, you know, the classic adulty things. My friends always look super cute, and I always look kind of like I just like stumbled in from somewhere. One of us has to be the weird friend with no fashion sense, and it is me. Draw in the princess kitty. What are your kitty's markings? Is it a black kitty? Perchance. No parties, too much of a hermit. I mean, that's why I have two friends and we get together. That could be called a party. Which Ouija movie? Because the Ouija, whichever, Origin of Evil was marginally better than the first Ouija movie. Both of them not very good. I always wanted to throw one, but still have my own place. That is an issue. I always wanted to go NaNoWriMo blast off events. Oh, I didn't even know that those existed, but I imagine people who have writer friends. I saw the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Did they make more? I don't know. I saw the first one. I'm not a huge slasher person, but I thought it was okay. My favorite horror movie is probably The Thing. I love practical effects. And also there was a lot of dread going on because you never knew who was the thing. So like 10 out of 10 for me. Didn't really get into Friday the 13th either. Aw, all black like Nigel. So does Nigel. He's got like 3 or 4 white hairs that grow on his belly. Otherwise, he is a black cat. Although he does sun bleach himself because he loves a sunbeam. Poofy dress, poofy dress, poofy dress for the princess kitty. All right, gotta sign it. There she is, your princess. She's not up to any mischief. I don't know what you're talking about. Absolutely not. 100%. All right, let's make sure I have all of them, and then we will. Got all 6. So we will have a look back at them. The Exorcist was okay as well. I don't know. You'd think I'd like more older horror movies, but I just find them to be fine for a watch, but not necessarily need a rewatch. There's not that many horror movies that I rewatch. I'll rewatch Cabin in the Woods. Have you guys seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil? That one's a comedy, like spoofing a slasher film, but it is adorable and hilarious. All right, let's go. First we have Little Micey's making a jack-o'-lantern. And then we have Dracula Hedgehog. We have Ankylosaurus Ghost Hunter. Totally hunting ghosts. He ain't afraid of no ghosts. We have Stoned Owl playing a guitar. Because don't ask too many questions. Megalodon, but also just a giant shark. trick-or-treating, because he can. Who's going to stop him? And finally, Kitty Princess, who may be up to shenanigans. Yay, those are all of the drawings for tonight. Huzzah! We're under an hour, too, mostly because Adam isn't here to distract us with his good conversation skills. Should probably clip her nails. Yeah, but you don't want to get murdered. That's the problem. Not sure yet what next month's theme is going to be. I can speak. But if you have any suggestions, feel free to message me, throw them wherever, throw them in the comments. If you throw them in the chat, there's a good chance I will forget them. So throw them someplace more permanent. Message me on one of my various social medias. I can pay forgiveness in churro. Yes, thank goodness for churro. Although Nigel, he has to be on a very specific diet because his pancreas hates him. So he cannot have like very rich like treats at all, which is sad because he would love them. And I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. You can have a little bit. Give your patrons hippo Christmas. Thanksgiving theme. There's always Thanksgiving. Why Christmas hippos? I always ask you, Firelight, why? Because you're always here with unhinged ideas, which I appreciate. But I always must ask why. Oh, I'm in my pajamas, by the way, just in case anyone cares. Pajama time. Just waiting to see if there's any last-minute chat. Oh, hippopotamus. Oh, like that song. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. That's right. That song leaves my consciousness completely, unless it's that time of year. I used to work in a toy store, and around Christmas time, they played exclusively children's Christmas music. And I want a hippopotamus for Christmas, and all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth were seared into my brain. Y'all are going to get hit with an ad pretty shortly, so just as a heads up, I can hang around till after the ad. If y'all want to keep chatting a little bit, that's fine. Fuzzy and warm to combat the approaching winter. Yep. Those are that's where I keep my brain. Those are my Post-its. This is the only way I have found that works to keep track of what I need to do in a day. Brightly colored Post-its on a window. But you'll notice there are exactly the right number of windows for days in the week. So the red ones are ones that have to be done in that day, as are the blue ones. I don't know if I have any blue ones on there. And then every other color is stuff that can move around. And when I finish a task, it goes low on the window. And then when I finish a task, it goes low on the window. And the stuff that's not completed, I didn't get a lot of stuff completed this week. It's pretty sad. But then at the end of the week, or on Monday morning, I go through and I get rid of everything that's not repeating, and I put everything that does repeat back up onto the window. I'm sure you all wanted to know my Post-it system, but that's the only way I can do it. I can't write lists. I lose the lists or I never look at them. I can't use my phone because I just won't look at it. This is the only thing that works. I've worked retail forever, so I honestly prefer cleaning toilets. That's what I kind of always go back to. I will clean. I don't need to work in retail anymore. It's fine. After 10 retail Christmases, I'm pretty over Christmas music. Yep. All right, fam. I think we're going to close it out unless anybody has anything real pertinent they want to chat about, but looks like people are starting to leave as is. Probably the ad got some people and they were just like, nah, I'm not watching through the ad. Which, fair. Don't blame you. But I'll let the chat catch up a little bit and I'll say goodnight to everybody. Thank you for joining me on this lovely stream. And hopefully this month, the patrons will have their postcards in a timely manner. But I'm probably going to go play more dinosaur game because it's fun. All right, chat seems pretty quiet. I'm going to give it a couple more seconds just in case lag. Otherwise, I'm going to say goodbyes. Good night, cat. Bye-bye. Night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening, if it is indeed evening where you are. Bye.